An exclusive new Leger poll done on behalf of OMNI News is out this morning officially, shedding light on how new Canadians feel about the state of our country. OMNI's Ron Gagalac joins us live now to explore the deeper findings from the OMNI News Immigrant Survey. Ron, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Good morning. Pleasure to be here.
We'll start off with the poll itself. Tell us what the motivation is behind the poll and what it consists of.
Well, this OMNI News Immigrant Survey, for this year we polled 1,500 respondents, 86% of which have been here in Canada for more than 6 years. And this is the only national survey in the country that focuses on immigrant perspective. And for this year, we are looking at two key areas to get the sentiments directly straight from the immigrants. One is the affordability crisis, the housing crisis, and changes in the immigration policies. We want to know what they think and they feel about it. And with the political shakeup in the last few weeks, we wanted to know where they stand in this political landscape in the country right now.
Yeah, definitely. With, the thoughts that an early election could be happening here in Canada, you did survey the 1,500 immigrants when it comes to political allegiance and their leanings. There has been some shifting there. Tell us about the results.
There are very interesting results from this data that we got. If you're going to look at those immigrants that have been here for less than 6 years, more likely they're going to support the Liberals. And that's understandable because this is the government that gave them the permit. This is the government that allowed them to be in. So more likely the support would go to the Liberals. But if you look at those immigrants who have been here for more than 6 years, they are now shifting their political support to another party. It could be Conservative Party or the NDP. And half of them have actually shifted in the past 6 years from Liberal to conservative. So the more that they are here in Canada, the more that they experience life in Canada, learning more about the political governments and society, economic issues, the more that they go for the conservative. And if the elections would happen today, 70% are saying it's time to change the government. Who would they vote for? 4 out of 10 are saying they're going to vote for the conservative. 3 out of 10 are going to vote for the Liberals. And 1 out of 10 are going to vote, or 2 out of 10, nearly 2 out of 10 are going to vote for the NDP.
It really aligns with some of the polls that we have been seeing over the last year, showing the Liberal support is dwindling as well here in the country on a whole. There was an interesting question that was put out there about what political leader you would rather have over for dinner. Some surprising results there, too.
That is true. We asked them, who would you invite for dinner? Yeah. And surprisingly, of all the political parties, all political leaders in the country, they would actually invite Pierre Poilievre as the first one. 3 out of 10 are saying they're going to invite the conservative leader. 2 out of 10, they're going to invite Justin Trudeau. And 1 out of 10 is saying they're going to invite Judd Mixon. Now, we don't know what the reasons are. Maybe they're going to ask some questions or probably challenge them to some issues, or probably they just want these guys to buy them their dinner. But, seriously, these are indications that the political landscape for the immigrants are now shifting and are now changing.
Right. Now, the poll results, they're going to be unveiled every day this week. So you'll have new results on different topics. One of the topics is really interesting because of a lot of misinformation we have been seeing online when it comes to immigrants here in Canada. And it's about immigration and how sometimes that is used as a red herring for other issues in the city. Can you give us a bit of an update or a promo to what exactly those results are?
Well, this is interesting because with all of the immigration changes, reforms, and structures that they are doing right now, you would normally think that the immigrants would actually not support these immigration reforms. But our data, the OMNI News Immigrant Survey data, is showing that 7 out of 10, nearly 7 out of 10, 67% are saying they are supporting actually these stricter policies in immigration. In fact, they see that reducing the number of international students in the country is actually needed. But, and here's the big but, almost the same number, 69% are saying, why are you blaming us for the housing crisis? We have nothing to do with that. And they believe that it is just that immigrants are being blamed for this, are just being used as a red herring to deflect and to discredit the other factors and other issues that should be discussed. There you have price gouging maybe of landlords and home sellers. You have development fees and taxes. You have the bidding system probably that you have to look at. So there are other factors that causing the housing crisis. But why are you looking at the immigrants when in fact the immigrants themselves are actually victims? They can buy a house. They can find a good, decent job. 7 out of 10 are saying, do not blame us 40%, 4 out of 10 are saying, we can't even buy a home. And this is significant because for immigrants, home is not just a roof under your head. Home is actually a place of stability and security for your family, right? It is, remember, these people, these immigrants, all of the immigrants here, they left their country, risked everything they have, they brought in their resources, and they can't buy a home. So in search of a better life, but where is that better life right now? So they are asking, is it the right move that we move to Canada? Probably if they can get a home, that would empower them to become a better citizen, to become a more productive citizen of this society.
Right. It fulfills the idea of the Canadian dream, of course. So that's something that needs to be done for sure. Ron Gagalac from OMNI News, thank you so much for joining us. We'll have full coverage, of course, every day, like we had said. It will be revealed throughout the week on citynews.ca and full coverage as well on OMNI News. Thanks again, Ron.